Yeah, I got a few things planned for this week, so if we finish this case, the next one probably won't start till at least next week. Enjoy the movie, Dalton. Spending time with loved ones is much more important. I feel bad for Rafa, kinda. You know, she seems like she's the byproduct of, like, parents who overbuilt her confidence and told her that everything she thinks is right, and... Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm totally with you, Glenbaron. So as it stands now, we're currently technically guilty of the first murder and on trial for the second one. The only thing that makes sense for the continuity of the story is that information presented in this trial is going to overturn the previous conviction. Realm of Eternal Agony. Doesn't... Oh yeah, I've had that happen before. Punishment of Juggar by the Galoon of Pulmaton. Very scary stuff. Still, sounds better than tickling hell, personally. That's still one of my favorite streams I've ever done on Twitch. It was an old PC 98 Dante's Inferno game. It's on YouTube. It was fantastic. Yeah, Tamashi Naman. Muddy Waters with the Twitch Prime sub. Thanks. Alright, so we're just... Yeah, Muddy Waters is good music. So we're just going over the contents of the case. We actually didn't gain a whole lot of information about the crime in the investigation, which is kind of surprising. I feel like we're walking in here cold and it's going to be purely disputing the insights and testimony rather than actually already knowing the solution. I feel like a lot of these cases, the investigation gives you a lot of information to already knowing the answer. Hey, Luke. Everyone just loves praying so much. Are you asking if I'm taking a break from speedrunning? I've been doing actually more speedrunning content lately than I have been for the most part, but yeah, I've been taking a little bit of a break. Did I beat the case yet? No. How do you ban Esgrunt? Crap, I modded him, didn't I? Are you winning, son? Yeah, I'm winning. I already saw the outline for this case. At the very least, I grant myself the ability to look at the outline just so that I know how long it's going to take to stream it. So I know that there's 2 trial segments for this day. I did hear that, Luke. I think that it's going to be pretty promising for reverse engineering some of the games from that generation. I mean, we just got a PC recompilation of Super Mario 64, which I really want to check out sometime, see how well it plays. But that's unrelated to the leak. That's a different thing. But I feel like it's a good time to be a Nintendo fan, especially of their older games. Yeah, I'm really excited to see perhaps some ROM hacks for more of their games up through the Wii. Now you're just like, I don't need to see it. Honestly, this divination seance is probably going to be worthless. Or at least start off worthless. Because, first off, obviously it contains something incriminating if Nayuta didn't want to look at it. But at the same time, like, the guy was face down, ass up. Like, what am I gonna see in the insight, right?
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Thank you for allowing me to eat a few almonds.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Sorry, I had to send a message real quick. Well, like I said, I wasn't feeling that well earlier, and so I didn't have much of an appetite. So now that I'm feeling better, my appetite like all came back. Why would I skip this? I ain't skipping it. Why did it suddenly stop? Okay, buddy, get it together. Twitch is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job. I assure you, if I had a full-time job, I'd be streaming a lot more. I'm telling you, if they voice Ace Attorney 7, it's going to be a huge game changer. And I'm really pleased with how many games are coming out right now that how many visual novels are coming out that are fully voiced. Might put some pressure on Capcom to voice Ace Attorney 7 or whatever the next one. It's because I clicked off of the Android emulator for a second, and it, like, completely weirded out the FMV, I think. I don't think that Divination Seance is actually in-game. It has sort of a graininess to it that looks like it's a compressed FMV file. If you're right, you're right. I don't actually know, but it looks like it's an FMV just for that section. Oh, I forgot to turn the closed captioning on again. Let me see if I can get that running really quickly. It should not be too hard for me to do. Sorry, it completely slipped my mind. Okay, it should be running now. So, we know that Nayuta gets to look at the divination seance beforehand, so I'm curious whether or not Nayuta and Reifa are actually keeping the divination seance under wraps. Yeah, see? She mentioned that she is going to show it. I'm not sure I'd buy that. I honestly don't. I'm not sure I'd buy that. I mean, we know that he's an accomplished monk within Kuranism, so maybe he's doing something to prevent the divination from being seen. I believe in Rafa. Well, I mean, that's exactly right. Maya called me out on it. I have no evidence. I've got nothing. Did we even gain anything extra in our last investigation? I guess we got a few things when we were talking to G.I. Joe there in the tunnels. Alright, well. Presumably, this should become a lot more straightforward without the divination seance. But I imagine that the divination seance will happen at some point. Sorry, Mr. Wright, I gotta give normal testimony. We can't look at magic pictures. Maya's like, Nick's got this covered. Nick's like, I do not have this covered. Alright. Emma's a pretty reliable witness, so I don't think she's gonna have a contradiction. I think I'm just gonna have to press everything to move on. I don't remember what Rafa told me about the divination seance. This is not asking you to type it to me. I'm just talking out loud.
Hold it!
Y'all are wild.
Hold it!
I hope it was worth it, Storm Vision. Do I ever speedrun these games? No, they would not make for very fun speedruns. I've been speedrunning Super Mario 3D World lately. Nice. I've seen speedruns of these, but people will speedrun anything. I have previously speedrun anything before, so I know what that's like. Oh, you need a face and a name. Yep. You need a face and a name to summon someone through a divination seance. That's what it was. All I have to do is figure out who he is, which I think Dats might be able to give me some information. Okay, so the question is that true? Do I have something that would reveal his name to me? No, he seated himself closest to the sticky buns. Does that reveal anything about his personality or his identity? I also would be seated as close as possible to the sticky buns. Wonder how hard it is to make sticky buns. I need to make sticky buns. Is this the one that I already pressed? I feel like things got rearranged here. Thanks, Ariel. I'll actually look into that. I'm a visual learner, so videos are a great way for me. I don't feel like I have any info right now that
Hold it!
points to his real name. Okay, so we need something that demonstrates that he's actually not an illegal immigrant. That's interesting. The note about who has what mark and who... Okay, hold on. Did Pere have... He did not have a mark, so that's not helpful for him. Nothing really useful there. Is that... There's no way that's it. That wouldn't make any sense. At least not contextually right now. Oh! Wait! It's not a peach tattoo. Well, I mean, it is a peach tattoo. Let's not split hairs here. But, that is his mark. And... this information... Do I present this?
Objection!
That didn't work. It's fine, we discovered that this game has literally no penalty for game over. Not that I'm just gonna start guessing, but... I think I'm on the right track, though. It's his tattoo, right? So do I need to show his tattoo?
Objection!
Okay. Well, I appreciate the game for not letting me present either part of the evidence I'm interested in, but only one half of it. Thank you. We are a lawyer and we're solving crimes. Or at least trying not to get killed.
Take that!
You really like peaches. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Oh. His looks just like it. Wait. Is it the exact same?
Objection.
Just turn it upside down, my man. Got him. Oh, God. The reason is because he did defect. He is a rebel. He wanted to fill it in. Phoenix is just like, divination time, divination time, divination time, divination time. Did I disable that? Alright, while we watch this divination, I'm gonna eat some almonds. I've got a bowl of almonds. Munch, 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 munch. If you're gonna cover anything in chocolate, it should be dark chocolate. Well, that's probably not true. Milk chocolate has a lot more sugar in it, so that's probably tasty. You will regret ever thinking you could use my evidence as evidence.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Sound a little adult for a 14-year-old.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
Well, you hardly got the dance last time.
Dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me.
It was so framey, you know?
So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Alright, everyone got your snackoos? Munch, 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 munch. Hey y'all, it's framey again. That's my bad. I didn't touch anything. Or sorry, that's not my bad. Oh, I can skip this, but why would you skip entertainment? This is content. Alright, no more almonds. Snaku is over. I don't know why the FMV got all framey again. Smells gingival. Plumed Punisher theme, heavy. Interesting. I mean, I know exactly where that is. That's not confusing. That's easy. Wasn't the ground Phoenix? Stay awake. Hey, he's not supposed to interpret the insight, she is. It's circumstantial at best. Just once I'd like to defend someone who didn't have a brief bout of amnesia during a critical point in the testimony. Is this one hard? Where does the heavy come from? What the frick? So we start with the fact that this is not the plaza ground.
Objection!
That seems like that should be the objection because there's a carpet. There's a rug. Okay. Well, actually, it does look just like what he would have seen in front of him. That's interesting. Okay. I get it. That's not bad. That's not bad. Why would I ever check the evidence? So, like, it's obviously right here. He was standing right here, hands on the thing. What do I present against what? I guess Blade Struck True doesn't go along with Heavy? What's the direct contradiction with the Heavy, I feel like? The accused held the defenseless victim down. Maybe that's where she's interpreting Heavy? It's weird.
Objection!
I don't know about this one either. This one's not obvious to me. I mean, it would take nothing for me to just show them the picture, but I gotta play this guessing game. Why would he smell gingerl, for instance? Why would he smell gingerl? I thought that was something they ate. It shouldn't have been out there with them, right? Well, you seeing it doesn't help me. I think the most obvious discrepancy right now is the heavy, but I don't know how to dispute it. Where would he have been and why? I mean, very clearly he's standing here. This is the rotating door. But the question is, what like squished him? Couldn't have been the rotation of the door. I assume heavy means that it was like falling on him or something. It's unclear to me what heavy means in this regard. The clock is obviously the plumed punisher. But I don't think there's any Gingell in this room. How did you die? It's a stinky herb that they eat. I'm actually not seeing this one. Okay, if I'm to assume that... I don't think I have enough to dispute Plumed Punisher yet, right? She says the theme to the Plumed Punisher filled the air. I can't dispute it with Plumed Punisher. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so if I want to dispute Gingell, for instance. Is there anything I have that disputes that? Gingell is a stinky herb that they eat. Victim was offering up his prayers. It was the night of the rite. Though it's dark, the pattern on the plaza's ground was visible. Then someone was there, and the theme to the Plumed Punisher filled the air. So there's where Plume Punisher comes into the scene. The accused held the defenseless victim down and plunged her knife into his neck. The heavy is the most damning thing to me right now. You can subscribe to notifications on my Discord server, DSF. Well, it seems that everyone but me understands what I'm supposed to do. So that's good. I think as long as 95% of us know what I'm supposed to do, that's going to be a win, right? We put that one in the W column. Yeah, DSF, I don't use @everyone or @here. I use specific notifications that you can opt into. God, no. The blade struck true. In that instant, he departed from the world. God, maybe I'm dense, but I really don't see it. Plumed Punisher theme. Am I supposed to be noting the fact that there's Gingel? Do I have any information about Gingel? Must be finished by 3 p.m. the same day so that you can't smell it later.
Objection!
Look, I'm gonna be real with you, Shrike. Everything you said read as hokum to me, but it worked. So Why am I having to teach them about Karain customs?
Take that!
That's enough.
Look, y'all, everything can't be a clock. Not everything can be a clock. Only some things can be clocks. Here's a list of things that can be clocks. Clocks. That's the whole list. You blinded me with science. Incontrovertible. Big word for a 14-year-old. So I just have to show that the ground didn't look like that. Alright, what's my evidence that shows the ground didn't look like that on that day? I don't have any evidence? Oh. It's that.
Objection!
was looking for a picture, but that's not correct.
Take that!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This case is finally going somewhere. Lloyd, nice. If Phoenix hasn't figured out where it is yet, he's a bigger idiot than I would have imagined. I knew he was kind of dumb, but... why are the cute ones always stupid?
Take that!
Are you kidding me? So everyone in this courtroom is stupid.
Take that!
It's even got the handprints already.
Objection!
What kind of magic is this? Are you a wizard? Are you a good witch? Or a bad witch? Heckett, thank you so much for the 69.69. Very nice. Eight-hour sermon, no thank you. I would not show up. Look, honestly, it's either both of us die or Emma has to listen to an 8-hour sermon from Nayuta, and I can't decide which is actually worse. Monk-splain to Emma. Something left behind? Oh, just rewind the clock. That's all it took. That's why the water was already stained red. Oh. Oh, wow.
Take that.
They hid his body in the snow. Well, the Plume Punisher is easy. Oh, what could it be? Maybe it was one of the guns. Maybe it was fired off rhythmically to sound like the Plume Punisher theme. Or the water. It could have been the water flowing in a very specific and strategic way.
Take that.
Screw you, game.
Objection.
I can't believe Phoenix just backhanded her with literally the lawyer equivalent of "no you." Oh god, she's revising her insight. Ugh. Yeah, you see, in Ace Attorney, all they have to do is say, well, this is circumstantial, which makes it definitively true. And you have to work with it. You gonna do the dance again or something? It's afternoon of the day before the rite. Still doesn't handle the heavy. This sucks, because, like, I mean, she's just speculating, and I'm having to prove it all wrong. Alright, I'm out of almonds. It has to be heavy at this point, but I don't feel like I can identify exactly what the issue with heavy is. The thing is that her insight isn't taking into account heavy. It's not that it causes an inconsistency that I can see. Though she does seem to have removed the line about the accused held down the victim's head, which removes her accounting for heavy.
Objection!
Yeah, I'll be real with you, I didn't like that either. I did that on the accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. He's clearly struggling against something. There's no mention of a blade. Alright, so I'm going to look at this one by one again. Starting with Gingell. Is there any comment she makes in her insight for which Gingell makes no sense? afternoon of the day before the rite. (3 p.m. the same day. So that's not a problem. Plumed Punisher theme's fine. Alright, well let's revisit Plumed Punisher. So was there, and the theme to the Plumed Punisher filled the air. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. I just feel like there's not really a inconsistency so much as there's just things that aren't being taken into account, and I don't know where the game is really drawing the line there. So let me look at the other direction. So for the 5 statements, the victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. That one seems to go with heavy because it doesn't take that into account. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Gingell does confirm that. Plume Punisher has nothing to do with it. Pain has nothing to do with it. Heavy has nothing to do with it. Then there was someone there. Does that have anything to do with these? No. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. I feel like I'm supposed to maybe correlate that heavy and blade don't go together well. I don't know, this is so weird. The way things don't really seem to pair up.
Objection!
I feel like the inconsistencies here are just things not being taken into account. I don't actually see a real inconsistency. Thanks, Riking. Hey, Andy. Big fan of you. Oh, they have unlimited tries. I'm doing pretty good. I'm bad at this game, though, apparently. It's kind of kicking my butt today. The blade struck true, and in that instant he departed from this world.
Objection!
If he died instantly, maybe he shouldn't have felt pain? I don't know, this sucks. Do I maybe need to point out that the image of the rock gets closer? Is there something about the order I'm seeing these in? I get the smell first, then the sound, then heavy, and then pain. Yeah, you have to correlate. So she's interpreting this vision. I'm looking at this vision, and she has interpreted it, and I have to find ways that her interpretation is inconsistent with what we actually saw. Because you're watching it happen like a movie. So what we're seeing here is he smells gingerl, and then he hears the Plume Punisher theme, and then something's heavy for him, and then pain, and then he blacks out. So that's the movie we're watching. Kinda. I have to point out what the actual inconsistency is. So if I think the smell is the inconsistency, I click on the smell. If I think the sound is the inconsistency, I click on the sound. If I think the touch is inconsistent, if I think sight is inconsistent, I click on the picture. I'm gonna be honest with you, nothing really feels inconsistent here. Maybe it is, but if it is, it's so narrow. Then someone was there. Is that inconsistent with any of his experiences? The game doesn't help me because I have consultation turned off. Maybe it's worth turning consultation on for this one. I love this mechanic. I actually think it's brilliant. It is a little bit obtuse at times. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. The blade struck true, and in that instant, he departed from this world. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout.
Objection!
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I interpreted, and then I'm going to tell you what I think the game is going to tell me, because I did kind of figure it out. So, what I interpreted was that something behind him was pushing him toward the stone slab, or the stone slab was sliding toward him, and so the heaviness was him pushing against it. I thought my intuition was that the rotating door was actually forcing him against the stone slab and crushing him. A little gruesome, but I stand by it. But I think what's happening is that the stone slab actually fell over onto him, maybe? Which is a much more, maybe, reasonable assumption. Were we told that the stone slab had fallen at some point? Did I? I wish I had made a better mental note of that, because I don't remember that at all, and that probably would have really clued me into it.
Objection.
Well, you can make it look like someone was stabbed really easily by stabbing them. That's a great question. Ah, it's the scythe back here. It's got the same hook shape. Well, I did spray luminol on that entire fucking room, so... Could have been one of these as well. Okay. Okay, y'all. Yo, what's up, Bash? Alright, fine. It's the Warbad statue. Oh! Oh! The door was rotated, and so the Warbad statue is on the inside. Hmm.
Take that! Take that! Objection!
Here in this chat, we have some controversial opinions about war. Let me provide you with one of them. War bad. Ooh, can pull the old switcheroo, huh? I bet that didn't feel nice. I'm just like imagining that motion. It does not seem like it would feel good. Hell yeah, we finally get the turn on the circumstantial evidence. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this judge. I'm a big fan of Wizard Judge. I love how everyone in this entire community is just like, oh, we do magic and we know everything, and everything we do is correct. And the judge is somehow the only rational one, which is really handy. She gets so upset when she's refuted. Like, she just can't handle being wrong. She does not need to start a Twitter account, I'll tell you that much. I find out how wrong I am every single day. It turns out that if you interpret evidence with the presumption of guilt already in mind, you can convince yourself of a lot of incorrect things. A crime committed for fun! That's anime for shut up. A man over here Junko posing at me.
Objection!
Hmm. Not cool. Not cool. Phoenix showered this morning. There's no way that it's Dats. Dats would have still been in prison at that time. So Durkee is the only one? Or maybe the High Priest was a rebel and the High Priest is the one who did it? they're dead.
Objection. Take that! Shut to them!
Except for there's someone who can channel spirits. There's no way. She's trying to hide that ability. The queen would have to channel. Because Maya's not going to do it. Hey Maya, you want to do me a solid? What are they gonna do? Kill us twice? Let's go for it. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Shut to them!
Oof. Oofta. Kinda? Who could have guessed that Rafa would be pissed? Rafa's gonna try to channel! She's gonna be like, no, I can do it! Just watch! I'm enjoying it a lot, Prince Leaf. Well, that's a convenient trick. The High Priest is going to be just about to give some crucial piece of testimony, and she's going to be like, I'm putting the kibosh on this.